Hey everyone! We're the Vital Reality. I'm Casey Rain.
I'm Camilia, and I'm back from being away, so I'm back on the couch.
Back on the couch, and welcome to This Week in Prince episode 25.
Oh my god.
That's like a quarter of 100.
Yes.
Wow.
And speaking of 100, if you do that times 10, then that makes, what does that make?
1,000.
Yeah, I think so. And you know what has something to do with 1,000? We just hit 1,000 subscribers.
Oh yeah, well played. That was a good link. Thank you everyone. We did indeed just cross the 1,000 subscriber mark over the last week. We're going to do a very special celebration request show. We've already been taking a bunch of requests over the last few weeks, and we are gonna do that show, and it's gonna be awesome.
Yay! And so if you've written us a request, then we want to know from you, and we'll reach out to you whether you would like to be in the video as well if we do the request show. So let's say like if we called you, or like if we had some like a voice thing of you or something like that. So yeah, we will reach out to you people that have given us requests, but keep giving them to us, and then I think either way, in this week or in next weekend, you will see the first episode of the request show on our channel.
Exactly. So let's get to the news this week. It has been an absolutely crazy week in Purple news. The fan base has been in absolute chaos due to a certain book that we've talked about already quite a lot. So we're not going to talk about that much more. It's about to come out. You all know it. You all have your opinions on it. We all discussed it to death. That's it. Let's get on with the other news.
Yes.
So, first of all, the NPG, New Power Generation NPG in the house are back, and they are going on tour. And of course, I am talking about the original lineup of the NPG. So, we have got everyone's favorite Tony M, Damon Dixon, Morris Hayes, Tommy Barbarella, Sonny T, Michael B. It's going to be absolutely awesome. And if you are thinking, who's going to do the vocals? Well, we got some news for you.
Yes.
Andre Cymone is joining the NPG for these shows. How cool is that?
Awesome.
He was with the Revolution at some of the shows that they had done before.
Yeah.
We had heard recently that he's not going to be with the Revolution at their upcoming shows. But here he is with the NPG, so that's awesome news. We've also heard that other people will be making guest appearances with the NPG. I think Shelby J is set to make an appearance at some point.
Yes.
Who else? Elisa? Is Elisa going to make an appearance at some point? I hope so.
Yeah, and then maybe there's like guest appearances as well that we don't know of. That would be cool.
We'll see. So, we're going to link you in the description to the dates that the NPG are going to be doing. They've announced some dates. I'm sure there's going to be more dates announced, but that is very, very cool.
We'd love to go.
If you're at the celebration at Paisley Park, I believe the NPG are going to be there.
Yeah.
The Revolution are going to be there as well. So that seems like it's going to be a very cool event. You'll get to see both of those bands.
That's awesome. And speaking of the Revolution, you know that they recently announced their tour, and they've added a second day to their San Francisco one. They'll be at the Fillmore twice, so they will not only be there on the 12th of July, but also on the 11th now.
Yep. As you guys know, we were in the Bay Area last month, and we had a Purple party with a lot of Prince fans that were in the Bay Area. So it's no surprise to me that the Revolution have had to add another date in San Francisco, because the Purple Army in San Francisco is strong, and they represent. There are so many awesome Purple people in the Bay Area. So if any of you are going to the Revolution shows or the NPG shows, let us know in the comments. We'd love to talk to you afterwards, get your reviews of it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Definitely.
All right, let's move on to the next thing.
Right, so we live in the UK, as you know, and we live quite close to Manchester, and in Manchester there's a university called the University of Salford, and they'll have a Prince conference called Purple Rain, so not rain, but REIGN, so like that, from the 24th of May, I believe, till the 26th of May, and that's going to be super, super awesome.
Yeah, so last year they put a call out for academics to submit papers. It's an academic conference on all kinds of things. So things like Prince's relationship with fans, Prince and sexuality, just a whole range of different topics as relating to Prince. And some exciting news for us. One of our very good friends, Sam, has submitted a paper to the conference.
Yes.
Now we don't know for sure as of yet if his paper will get accepted or not. But hopefully it does, because he's a very close friend of ours. He's a professor himself at a university close to us, and a very dear friend. In fact, he co-produced the Parade documentary that I did a few years ago for XFM here in the UK. That was a co-production between myself and Sam, so he is an absolute proper fan, and so also an academic, so this kind of thing is perfect for him.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Exactly.
Definitely.
The other news about the Salford Talk is going to be a very special guest there. Do you want to tell everyone who it is?
It's going to be Dez, guys.
Yes,
That's
Dez Dickerson.
awesome.
So everybody knows and loves Dez.
Yes.
Who can forget Dez's iconic appearance in Little Red Corvette video, and indeed playing the solo on the song, and all the other 1999 and prior to that, performances he did with Prince, and of course his appearance in Purple Rain playing Modern Air.
Yes.
So very cool to have Dez coming to the UK.
So there's 2 types of tickets, what we know about. So you can get your tickets to have access to the actual conference, and then I do believe that you can only go to Dez's talk as well, so just that, and then those tickets will be a lot less expensive.
Yeah, from what we've heard, the tickets to actually attend the conference are quite pricey.
Yes.
I'm guessing, there's limited seating and availability for that kind of thing. So it's kind of a shame, because a lot of people, won't be able to make that, who may have liked to go otherwise. But it is what it is. I mean, the same is true of many events, like the Paisley Park celebrations, also quite pricey, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Yes.
But hopefully the talk that Dez gives, as it's priced a lot more reasonably, many more people will be able to attend that, and we will certainly be looking into attending ourselves.
Yes.
As some of you guys know, we also have our website, thevioletreality.com, where we post a lot of blogs about Prince, pop culture and whatnot. I posted a blog last week about protecting Prince's legacy and a few thoughts that I'd had on that. It's been very popular. So many of you guys have shared it and tweeted it and liked it. As it stands, it's at about 3,000 reads in less than a week, which is just phenomenal. But one of the things that I touched on, and then there was actually a major news article that got published maybe a day later, which kind of touched on some of the same things, is that the estate and Prince's estate is, for lack of a better term, a complete mess. Right now there's infighting, and people have different lawyers, and nobody is clear, on who's leading, and even the heirs, amongst the heirs, there's a lot of problems as well. So the latest news on that is that the heirs are now not happy with the Comerica Trust, who became the estate administrators after Bremer had vacated the role earlier in the year. So what we've heard now is that some of the heirs feel that they appointed Comerica on the basis that they would themselves be having a great deal of input on the decision making and whatnot, and the latest news on that is that they feel that hasn't been the case so far, and that Comerica haven't been working with the heirs and with the family as they should be, and so it's a very sad situation, and who knows how it will get resolved. Clearly there's a very, very long road, so a lot of people are wondering about future releases, and obviously we've got Purple Rain Deluxe coming up soon, but the status of any releases past that is just incredibly unclear right now. With all the fighting, it would be a surprise if any comprehensive strategies had been pursued as of yet. So it's a shame, really, but we just have to wait it out and see what happens. And in the meantime, the family have generally been quite good at talking to fans and arranging events. There's another event coming up.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
So you all know about the celebration that's going to take place at Paisley Park in April, and some of you may have tickets, and you should tell us about it if you have tickets or if you are planning to go and you still need to get tickets. But so after that celebration, there's going to be an after party as well, and it's going to be called Dance On Til Dawn, and I think there's just going to be a lot of dancing to Prince music.
Yep, some of you may remember in our very early This Week of Prince videos, there was a Dance On Til Dawn after party that happened after the big Prince tribute that happened at the end of last year. So, of course, the celebration in April is the perfect time to have another after party.
Yeah.
So now we have Dance On Til Dawn 2017. You can look at the PRNFamily Twitter to find some information about that.
Yeah, and we'll give you a link as well to where you can get tickets, because I think tickets are already available. So if you want to get tickets for that, then we'll link you to it.
Yeah. So speaking of events and whatnot, you know that we mentioned before there was a corporate event that was held at Paisley Park a few weeks back. Another one happened in the last few days. So it was actually Yelp. So I'm sure many of you have used the Yelp website and the Yelp app to find, a place to eat or whatever.
Yeah.
So Yelp had some kind of staff event at Paisley Park.
Yeah, they did.
We'll get a link to that in the description below as well.
Yeah, so that you can read about it and see some pictures.
Yeah, I mean, we should all be so lucky that our companies should put us events at Paisley Park. How cool would that be? Maybe we can petition to make it a thing.
All improvement. So yeah, and speaking of Paisley Park as well, you know that they have the showing of movies and everything every weekend. So this weekend, just last Saturday, it was 21 Nights in London from 2007.
Oh my gosh, 21 Nights in London. So I really wish I could see the 21 Nights footage. Having gone to several of the 21 Nights shows and the after shows, that was, a summer that will never be forgotten. An incredibly funky summer in London 10 years ago. I'll be thinking about that quite a lot this year as it's, as it has been 10 years. I remember everything about that summer, going to the shows on the tube, and as you got closer to the tube station at the O2, more and more people would get on wearing purple, and eventually when we were like a stop away or 2 stops away, basically 90% of the carriage would be Prince fans, and we'd be singing and playing the songs in the tube, and there was so much love and celebration and excitement. It was just an amazing summer. I'm probably still in debt from it 10 years later.
Oops.
Spent way too much money. But, it had to be done. I mean...
Was it worth it?
It was worth it. It was so worth it.
So yeah, I'm wondering that, if they do release that at some point, maybe it was footage from one of the shows that you were at.
Maybe.
You never know. Or that some of you guys were at if you live in the UK, or maybe even if you live in, the States and you went to the UK at that time.
Well, I went to 5 main shows, so I'm sure somewhere there's got to be some footage that you can see me in. And especially if there's after show footage, because the after shows are quite small. So if they showed a crowd shot at the after shows, you would definitely be able to see me in it. The funny thing is that at that time, my hair was the longest it had ever been. And it was basically down here, like nipple length. Yeah, that was funny. So I'm quite easy to spot. I was usually wearing my NPG hockey jerseys as well.
So either way, super purple, super blue, or super red, because that's the 3 colours you have, isn't it? Yeah.
I have a fantastic story about 21 Nights, actually. After one of the after shows, these 2 guys who were just absolutely really drunk, they just sort of found me at the bus stop and started hugging me and just being so happy about Prince, and they were absolutely so drunk. And one of those guys became a very close friend of mine, and years later we saw Prince together again in Las Vegas, when my best friend took me to Las Vegas to see a Third Eye Girl show, and the guy who I had met in London at that time had since moved to Vegas, and we met up again 6 years later, and I went to the show together. So that was one of my cool Purple Army stories. That's just one thing that makes the Purple Army so great. There's so much love that we have for each other, and so much support for what we all do, because ultimately we're all here for the same reason. So it doesn't make sense to me when you have some people, hating on stuff and hating on other people in the fan base. You're just we all love the same person. Can you not find a way to have some unity and just be positive and love? That's what I like. So.
So speaking of that love and, us all being a big community, and like Casey said earlier on in the video, there was a lot of discussion about a certain book this week, and the person that wrote this book, Mayte, did an interview or gave some snippets of the book to People's Magazine as well. And so you can think about that, what you want to think about it, but if you have something to comment on it, then feel free to do so. But yeah, she did that.
I think at this point everybody has made their opinions very clear.
Yeah.
Whether on one side or the other, and it's exhausting at this point trying to keep track of it, because the way I kind of feel is that given that the book's not even out, you can only say so many things. You're only going to make basically the same point over and over and over again, which is either, she should be telling a story or she shouldn't be telling a story. And like everything that you say, it's only going to be a regurgitation of that opinion. Because it's not out, because the book's not out.
But it will be soon, and it will be even more.
So save your opinions for when the book is actually out, and you can read it, and you can have an opinion.
Yeah, and like we always say, you're perfectly entitled to have whatever opinion you want to have, and we won't judge you on it, because, it's a free channel. You can, post your comments for free, on
Opinions
everywhere.
make the world go round.
Exactly,
but as long as we have love for each other, and we talk to each other in a respectful way, then that's all good.
It's fine.
It's all good. So that wraps up another episode of This Week in Print, episode 25.
Yes, we're 25
and
episodes in.
Once again, we want to thank all of you who comment week in, week out, like our videos, read our blogs, retweet our tweets.
We love you so much, guys. We really appreciate it.
And who have subscribed. I mean, over 1,000 subscribers is just phenomenal.
It's amazing, guys.
It's such a minority of YouTube channels that actually get, that many subscribers. And so truly, more than anything, we're just grateful and we appreciate all of you.
Yeah,
we love
so
our
much,
Purple Army.
so much.
We put the love out, you give us the love back. That's how it works.
So appreciated. And, we wish we could go out and have cake with all of you. We'll just give you a virtual cake from us to you.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, loads of hugs from us as well. And thank you so much for sticking with us and supporting us and, watching our videos week in, week out so that, if you missed some Prince news or you just want to have, a sum up of all the Prince things or things that happened around Prince and people that work for Prince in this week or next week or the week before that, you just have that, and that's what we like to bring you, and that's why we're here, and that's why we do this.
Exactly. So, don't forget to comment, share, subscribe.
Yay!
With A Violet Reality, I'm Casey Ray.
I'm Camilia.
And we'll catch you next week for another This Week in Print.
Bye-bye!
Peace.